everybody, and welcome to Mariah's Sanctuary. I'm Mariah. Today's topic is ADHD Inertia. This video is a research video. For the research in this video, I used an article to gather information for this topic. The link to this article will be posted in the comment section. If you're interested to know more after you've watched, I've linked my social media accounts in the video description box. If you like or enjoy my content, I would appreciate if you would subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment and or any suggestion you have below. One way you can support my channel is by supporting me on Patreon. The link to my Patreon will be posted in the comment section below. I also have art for sale on my Patreon. My paying Patreons will have access to planned videos 3 days earlier than everyone else. Thanks a lot. Another way you can support my channel is by supporting me on Ko-fi. The link to my Ko-fi will be posted in the comment section below. I also have art for sale on my Ko-fi. Thanks a lot. Now let's get into today's topic. The information below came from the ADHD Homestead website in the article, Newton's First Law of ADHD. ADHD is a misnomer. We don't have attention deficit. We have a dysregulation. Many of us struggle for years trying to make sense of what that means. In some ways, it boils down to simple physics. We ADHDers have a lot of inertia. My high school physics teacher delighted in long acronyms. Every once in a while, the sound of our class chanting one in particular drifts through my mind. It's Ozar, I think it's Immense, Uaubaeos. That's how you spell it. I don't know how to say it, sorry. All these years later, these sounds patterns have kept Newton's first law of motion imprinted upon my auditory thinker's brain. Newton's first law is also called the law of inertia. Replace objects in this law with ADHDers, and you'll have Newton's first law of ADHD. ADHDers at rest stay at rest. I have great work ethic once I get started. Most ADHDers struggle with transitions. If you give us a job to do, we often feel resistant. We don't know where or how to start. Whether we're in bed in the morning, sitting in front of the TV, reading a book, or even just staring out the window, our brains want to keep us there. We aren't lazy, but getting up and getting started feels crazy difficult sometimes. Heck, I even avoid getting started on stuff I want to do. ADHDers in motion stay in motion. Same speed, same direction. Once you get us going on a project, look out. Some people call this an ADHD superpower. Insert eye roll here. We can put in marathon efforts on tasks that really grab us. We can focus our attention like a laser, and we won't leave it alone. We do it writing code, wrapping up a project at an office, hunched over a craft table, or sorting out our Legos into color-coded bins. Many ADHDers possess an uncanny ability to put on our blinders and work long past when others would have quit for dinner or lose interest. Even if we aren't hyper-focused per se, we resist changing gears. For example, I hate using the telephone. I'll let phone calls pile up on my to-do list for months, but eventually one phone call becomes enough for an emergency that I have to bite the bullet and do it right away. Then something funny happens. I get my brain in phone mode after I pull out that list of phone calls. and cross off 5 more. I may hate the telephone, but sometimes it's easier to keep making calls than it is to make my brain switch gears to a new set of tasks. Unless acted upon by an equal and opposite force. Even when Even more than making phone calls, I avoid cleaning our basement. The basement tends to attract, and sorry for the loud noises, there's some car going by. The basement tends to attract clutter from elsewhere in the house. It's easier to hide stuff down there than to deal with it for real. But I also hate clutter. The mess frequently got on my last nerve, and I had a complete meltdown about the basement. To be fair, the whole house had been a powder keg for a while. I felt myself stewing about clutter in every room. But one day, something lit a spark in the basement, and boom, where once I did not know where to start, I now rage through a project at breakneck pace. ADHDers avoid unpleasant tasks, but if something becomes enough of an emotional reaction, we can really show up. Unfortunately, sometimes we require an epic meltdown to break the motivational logjam. Likewise, with hyperfocus, for an ADHDer deep in the zone, a simple "hey, we need to leave for dinner in 15 minutes," or "you're going to be late for work," won't cut it. Same speed, same direction. Remember? The equal and opposite force will likely be the stomach-dropping moment that when we look at the clock and realize we should have been arriving somewhere by now. Then we'll put down the hyper-focus task and run around the house, gathering our things and yelling, "OS, OS, OS." If ADHD is a problem of inertia, that means that we need a greater equal and opposing force to change our course. We won't respond to the quiet knowledge that we should do this, or we'll be sorry if we don't do that. If we're resisting a transition, sometimes nothing short of a disaster will move us. Inertia has its pros and cons, of course. I don't see this added inertia as a gift any more than I see it as a death sentence. Yes, inertia sucks sometimes. Focusing on one activity to the exclusion of everything else is rarely practical. Sometimes we ADHDers keep going on a task when we really need to take care of other responsibilities. And once in a while, it'd be nice to knock out a tedious job before it becomes an emergency. To be able to make smooth transitions between tasks at appropriate times. The impossible dream, right? And yet my single-minded focus on a project like clearing out the basement and my ability to ignore physical exhaustion almost entirely sometimes cancels out my procrastination on those same tasks. It feels good to turn myself loose on a project that I felt stalled for years and see miraculous progress in such a short time. I have to admit, sometimes I wish I had more trouble starting certain projects once that hyper-focused motivation kicks in. Seriously, folks, where would we be if we always stopped to consider whether we'd actually finished the project before we started it? And there's the rub. Once our epic inertia encounters that equal and opposite force, we are back here where we started, whether we reached an appropriate stopping point or not. Physics has no memory or feelings. Objects at rest and in motion have no sense of our importance, and our ADHD seldom bends to human whims either. I hope this video helps someone. As some of you may know, I have problems with pronunciation, which is because I'm dyslexic, autistic, and ADHD. I don't try to hide this because I want people who have similar struggles to know that they aren't alone. No matter how hard pronouncing some words can be, I will always try my best. Those are the reasons I leave my mistakes in these videos. As always, I'm open to any suggestions you have for any future video topics. Please let me know what they are in the comment section below. The next fun unscripted live stream will be on Monday, February 24th at 6 p.m. Eastern. My community decides the topic for those live streams. The next scripted live stream will be on Saturday, March 1st at noon Eastern, and it will be on the topic of echolalia. The next planned video will be on the suggested topic of how to react when close friends show they don't understand your autism at all. And that will be available on my Patreon on Wednesday, March 5th at 6 p.m. Eastern, and available on my YouTube channel on Saturday, March 8th at 6 p.m. Eastern. I hope everyone's continuing to stay safe. I'll post my notes in the comment section for anyone who needs them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to be notified when I do a new live stream or upload any new content, you want to click the bell icon. It's like the all options under the bell icon. Thanks for watching. Love you guys. Bye.